for our 1 Million Cups chapter. So just be so many familiar faces in here. This is really great for folks who don't, who this is their first time or don't come here often. I'm going to share with you a little bit about what 1 Million Cups is and why we're gathering this and what the goal of our meeting is today. And every single Wednesday, we meet every Wednesday here in this space. We open the doors at 8:30. We coffee, usually some kind of a treat. And then we start the meeting at 9, we wrap up at 10. So hopefully you guys saw there's a waiver in the room. We are recording on our Zoom. We do that for a couple of reasons. We bring people into the Zoom room, so if you can't, you just want to hear who's presenting today and what's going on, please join our live stream. And we also record it for the presenter, right? So the presenter that is speaking today will be like fire hose a little bit based on what I've seen in the past. So this helps them have a recording, and then we also put it up on our YouTube channel, right? So anyone can go and look at it if you're thinking about presenting and seeing the presentation. That makes sense? Everyone's okay with pictures, video, all that? So that brings me to a logistical point. We have an extra microphone up here. So once our presenter is finished with their 5 minutes about their business, if you would like to offer suggestions or support to their questions, they're going to ask the community to the microphone. That way you're recorded, right? So you're recorded on there, and people in the Zoom can hear your question and see you kind of in front of you. Right? Sound any good? Thanks for getting quiet. I really appreciate that. Okay, is Curtis in the room?
Not yet.
Yeah, but we are checking in with him. Is Josh here checking in? Okay. So, okay. So yeah, we're gonna stick with the original plan. Okay. Okay, so again, welcome to my class. Now, if you're new to the room, if you've never been here before, would you mind raising your hands, please? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new people, 6 new people. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming in. Is there anyone that's new in the
There are 3 new people on Zoom.
for coming? One of the organizers is in the Ginger, and she is helping maintain the conversation with Zoom room. If you come on Zoom, you're kind of a fly on the wall. Your questions get asked typically through chat. So we definitely welcome to the Zoom room. I just mentioned Ginger is one of our volunteer organizers. She is launching a new chapter, a new community in Ann Arbor. So we're going to have our Detroit Metro group here, always meeting at Incubizo, and then there'll be the opportunity if you want to present in Ann Arbor as well. So into that. So 1 Million Cups. As the most of you have been here before, you're familiar with the plan and what we talked about, what we do here, right? Putting you on the spot. No, I'm just kidding. So 1 Million Cups started in 2012. Okay, the Kaufman Foundation Initiative. Kaufman Foundation is a huge philanthropy business out in Kansas City, Missouri. They give tons of money to big businesses, family businesses, businesses that are startups, but they were realizing that they were really missing that startup longevity and sustainability. So they continue to give money to startups, and then people on their team, after they could go out in coffee shops, they sort of set up a grassroots effort to get people to talk more about their business. And so in 2012, 1 Million Cups was born. They cups of coffee, to meet with people and continue to sustain and build and work on your business. Well, they realized that something good after about a year, and that's what we're doing here at our 1 Million Cups meeting. We're working with the national group. There's about 110 meetings happening all around the country right now. And they are all meeting in coffee shops or workspaces like this, and they're going to do pretty much the same format that we're going to do. That format for us is when you sign up to present, 1millioncups.com/present, you answer 3 basic questions, and that's what our presenters do today. The questions are, who are you? What is the business that you started? Like what in the world by solving your starting your business, who you serving, product do you have? And then where are you stuck? It is not a pitch for money, it's not a pitch for sales, it's not to teach us or tell us all about the business. Literally, you're coming here and telling us where you're stuck. So it's a little bit of a vulnerability piece, but you're going to get some great support from our audience who keep coming back to offer their expertise, right? So thank you all for continuing to come back. Now, back, I'm MC Melissa, and I might be a little more tough than Drake, even though you did an amazing job the last month doing MC and Drake. I really appreciate it. If people are coming up and offering, you know, advice or you should do this, I'll probably shorten your conversation with them. Because really you're coming into the room and you're offering experiences or suggestions or things that you think that might benefit the person that's speaking that maybe you had experience in, or you can offer a referral that you have an experience with, a relationship with, right? And then I'll also keep track of our speakers so that they are, you know, acceptable for pitching, and if that starts to happen. Okay, so just to forewarn you about that. All right, so first of all, let's thank Incubizo for providing this space. Actually, been meeting here since March 6th, every single week since March 6th. So for those doing quick math, that's 28 meetings. So we're 28 1 million cup meeting, right? Presented in one of those meetings. Raise your hand if you presented. Yep, I see the blue kitchen back there, and I think it's here. Yep, Terri Lowe is here. Yep, all right. Well, Danielle just a couple weeks ago. All right, and then you're coming back to give back, right? To be part of the community that we're building here. So that's awesome. Now, Josh will offer this workspace for anyone who would like to stay and work here for the rest of the day for free. So if you'd like to stay, just be Josh after our meeting, right? That's one of the benefits of coming to our meetings. Now I'd like to introduce, well, actually, before I introduce our coffee sponsors, we have a gift today. Did everybody see that we're giving away a gift today? 1 million cups of giving a gift. Hold on, Drake. Hold on. These are these already have pens. Here, there's only a couple of them. So if you're an organizing team, Christina, do you want to help pass these out? Yeah, great. You know, these are some of our organizing team members. Everyone gets one of these. Only your organizers. And we'll pass these out to everybody. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, sorry. All right, we're just gonna be passing these out to everybody, so make sure you grab one now. This isn't gonna happen every week. This is a gift from 1 Million Cups National. We found out that we can get free swag from them. And so what we're gonna do from now on is we're gonna offer this gift until we run out to any new members that come. So we just figured, like you noticed today, we have people that show up every single week, and we wanted to make sure that you guys had a chance to be new, like new in the room again, right? So everyone gets a chance. It's a well-known question. This is great. And then your connections and stuff there. So now, from now on, from September 18th on, bring folks to come because we're gonna give them this until we run. Okay. And then Open Drive, I think we'll be presenting a snippet here, essentially of Brandy. Is Brandy coming today?
I don't know. I thought she was, but if not, we'll do it next week.
Okay. No problem. Did everybody get one in the room? Did everybody get one? All right. Did you, Carmen? Yeah, did you get one? Did you get one? Okay. So we have, I think we have Terri Lowe and Diana in here. So we're doing something a little bit different today. So first, let's for coffee speak, and then we're going to have a couple of people who have presented here before give you an update as to where they are in their business. Okay, so let's start with Elias. Come on up here, Elias. Here's the microphone.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We are, or I am, one of the representatives of SCORE. How many of you know what SCORE is? In the show of hands? Okay, that means that a lot of you don't know what SCORE is. So let me tell you a brief little story here. I went to a business summit and I thought this man speaking about how our government has so many resources to help aspiring entrepreneurs. So I went up to him and like, what you're doing and your company was amazing. Tell me more. And he's, well, I'm a mentor at SCORE. SCORE. He's like, well, it's an acronym, but it's no an acronym. That's just what it is. SCORE, but it used to stand for the Service Corps of Retired Executives. So this was started, I'm thinking this, I'm not good on all of that. But it was started and funded initially by the FDA, the Small Administration. And we have thousands of mentors across the country. And I'm one of those mentors who is not a retired executive, but a working person who wanted to give back, share my experience in my business with other people. So SCORE can be found all over the country. We have a Southeastern Michigan chapter that services support companies like Oakland, Wayne, McComb, and then Washington. So we're grouped together. And we can provide free mentoring, one-on-one counseling, coaching for you, any aspect of the business. And we also provide webinars that are free, sign up for, online workshops, sometimes in person, at your local library. So the best thing to do is to visit the website score.org and see what it is that you think you need and go down that rabbit hole, sign up for Find a Mentor, and then before you know it, you're gonna have a cheerleader on your side with you for that journey. Because what SCORE is about is building relationships. We're not transactional, we're relationship-based. So we want to be with you from the start until whatever, you have 17 locations. Or you have the one location and it's thriving and we're gonna stick with it. So SCORE is the sponsor today of the coffee, but the coffee actually came from my mentee, Katrina, who has Homestead Kitchen in Westland.
Thank you, Katrina.
So if you don't know about SCORE, check us out. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to invite Dana and Terri up here. Is Curtis in the room or not? Okay, so Dana and Terri have both presented here at 1 Million Cups. So we thought it would be interesting for those folks who've been here to hear. First of all, Dana and Terri, one at a time. Like you'll just say who you are and what your business is, and when you presented. I think both of you presented in July here, and what's changed with your business since then, and how presenting at 1 Million Cups helped you. One at a time. Who would like to go first?
You volunteered, Terri. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. So good morning. I am Terri Lowe, and I'm the owner of Her Bag by Terri. It is a division of an overarching company called Her Fit. And so I started this company quite honestly because I suffered a tragedy. My daughter, she and I were very close when I first born. And if you know anything, you have a daughter, you understand mother relationship. We did everything together. She was my best friend. And so about at 27, she was diagnosed with epilepsy. Had never had a seizure in her entire life. And so it's devastating to her because she was perfection. She was a super kid. She was in the medical field. She has 14 publications. If you pull up her name today, all these publications come up with her name. She did a bunch of research. And she had gone back to school. All her life she wanted to be a doctor. She went back to school to be a nurse. And passed, it was an accelerated nursing program. She did amazingly well. Got time to pass the state exam and she failed it. So for perfectionist, she was devastated. And so I talked to her about it, and I'm like, Tara, if it were easy, everybody would be doing it. And so 3 weeks before she was scheduled to take the exam again, that's all she talked about. She was obsessed with passing this test. Had not had a seizure in 3 years, and she had a seizure in her sleep. So imagine the devastation when I found her and realized that I lost my baby. And so what I thought about was, what would Terri do? What would Terri want me to do? And so I decided that I thought about all the things that she loved. And one of the things I came up with is my baby loves purses. That was her thing. That was her fit. Okay. And so she would buy purses everywhere she went. I still bought her clothes at 33. because that was an I'm the clothes and shoes, how and shoes per now. So, I'm also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha, which is the first African American sorority for women. So as I thought about this, that my baby never got a chance to join a sorority, but it's near and dear to my heart. And so I said, let me combine these two things and start there with building a first line. And so I just started doing just that, started thinking about different types of bags that she loved. And so in August of 2023, I felt like I was ready to launch this product. And so started off with about 4 bags and just prototypes. I didn't even have, did some research and I didn't even have bags and stuff. Just ordered some samples of what I thought. Went out, we had a big annual block party for our chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha, and I sold $15,000 bags, over 100 bags.
Wow.
And I was also featured on Channel 4, which I'm sure helped. Okay. And so where I am today, I got a chance to, so over the last year, of course, I have began to expand this business, looking at new opportunities, got a chance to do the block party again this year. I was also seen on CBS, and I've been able to register for a number of AKA events, and now I'm starting to actually produce products. I have the products in stock, and was able to attend a vendor conference in Vegas in August, which was extremely helpful because as I've been looking to scale my business, because of course, the big thing for me is how do you keep the funding, the product going? How do you get enough to really meet the need of 710,000 women between the 2 sororities that I have licensure for, which is Alpha Kappa Alpha and Delta Sigma Theta. So you gotta have a lot of products. So I needed to scale. So I came here, I did a presentation, I worked with Lisa. She sent me, work with Jamar, Daryl, Melissa, went over, Lisa sent me to Seed Lending. So I've been working with them on scaling the business. Still working on that. One of the things I got from this session here was a little, I would say a little advice from my friend Keisha, who told me when I did my presentation. She said, I love your presentation. She's waited till the end. She said, but I need you to do one thing for me. And I said, what's that? She said, I need you to put in every bag a piece of terror. I want you to go and create affirmations from terror. So I did that. I took every card that Terri ever wrote, every letter, and I turned them into affirmations. She was 33 years old when she passed. 33 affirmations I made here. So now every bag that I send out has an affirmation, thanks to Keisha from Terri. And so I want, and another thing I got from the group is I think it was Daryl that suggested checking around locally to see if some vendors in the US could make. And so I went to an open house at a place called Isaac, which is an industrial sewing program right here in the city. Well, they couldn't make my purses, but the one thing is I do consulting work for the school district, Mount Clemens, and they are interested in having our kids visit there, and they have scholarships that also pay for students to come there free of charge to learn industrial sewing, which means they're going to be able to do upholstery inside furniture upholstery and things like that. So helping kids to expand their career. So that was also a plus. The one other big thing that I'm doing right now is I'm into partnerships. So I have a huge partnership with Detroit versus Everybody. And so we launched it, I think about 2 weeks ago. If you go on my page, you see it everywhere, AKA versus Everybody. We dropped it the day after the debate, which made, of course, no sense. Because, of course, at that point, everybody is pushing for their candidate, right? And what we're pushing for without him. So we did push those out, and the response has been amazing. We've already sold in a couple of weeks, a couple hundreds of sweatshirts and t-shirts. So the business is going fairly well, but again, the scaling is the part that need. So I would like to thank you guys. I did mention I was on CBS. Also have another partnership with Fitnessin, which will drop at Mother's Day, which is a fitness clothing line. So I'm in the process of developing a duffel bag for her to go with her fitness item. So I did last thing, and then I'm gonna be quiet so Danny can tell, because she got some amazing stuff to share too. So I thought I'd bring you all just a sample of my new creation. And the other thing is, in my daughter's honor, I'm now making unbranded bags. Not all of them are AKA bags or Delta bags. But what I've decided to do with the unbranded ones, I named them after my nieces. And so this is an Ariel, this is the Ariel bag. Ariel is my creative niece who designed her own bag. And then there's the Sydney Mariah, and then Erica, and okay, fine. But anyway, each one of them, Ariel, Erica, Sydney, and Ron. So all of them have bags named after them, and they're waiting for them to come in because they are also interested in pushing them to their friends. So again, trying to use as many marketing techniques as I can to get the items out to them. I definitely would recommend it. I would say that just the exposure, a great idea from Keisha. Also just ideas from Daryl, Jamar's regular check-ins, just to kind of push me. And my great friend here, Lisa. Lisa, if you haven't worked with Lisa, start working with Lisa, because she is going to push you to the limit. To do some things that you haven't done before, and to make sure your paperwork is top tier. And that, which means she'll help you, but she's gonna work with you. But in the end, she knows what you need to do. And so I thank you all for this.
Thank you so much. I'm just being up here for waiting a couple minutes, right? I'm sure that you can see why Terri went first, she's been talking. So these are, James Braxton, my company is We Are Natural, I make products for women going through menopause. My story is not as exciting or as engaging as yesterday. I was hot. I was in pharmacy and I'm figuring to bring mix. I started creating things. It was like doctors would like help me out. And I created a line of products, all natural, all natural products for women who are going through menopause. So that's my quick version of my story. I did speak here and about my product. As I want to say, it was a great experience. If you haven't done it, you should do it. The information I received from it, this group, was great, but it was overwhelming also, right? Because you're getting information from everybody. And at one point, it was just, again, a little overwhelming for me. I didn't know which way to go. I probably slowed down a little bit too much. But, and if we talk about the thing, Daryl is one of my go-tos. And everybody has an Open Thrive consultant, is that the term? Yeah. Consultant, please use them. They are some of the best. Even if Daryl meets with me once a month, even if there's nothing to talk about, for me to say, hey, I'm overwhelmed, I'm struggling, what do I do? And your representative may not know everything, but they would know who to contact. That's kind of how pharmacy is. You may not know everything, but you should be able to go and find the information. Daryl's the king of, wait a minute, Daniel, hold on. And he goes right into his Rolodex and this, he goes into it. He goes into it and will find somebody. And if he doesn't, he's back to me in 2 days. So use them. It's because as most of us are solopreneurs, this is very overwhelming process. You are buying yourself. If nothing else, with 1 million cups will bring you in with a group of people that are going through the same thing. So come through it. Some days you just want to cry. Somebody's crying too, usually about the same thing. So I'm going to say that.
Doing that real quick, one of my biggest, outcomes from my speaking was Lisa. I know Terri just gave her all the credit in the world, but Lisa Davis, she will teach you about money. If you want to finance, I'm not telling you all the beginner and leading private information, but you're talking about somebody who's helped me more than anything as far as when it comes to finance of these, right? Because most of us have a widget and we know what we know about that widget, but you don't know everything.
Sure.
But when you come to finance, you wasn't a business person, but you have to be, you own a business now, right? And she gave me some just practical kind of pushing, like Terri says, she could push. And just Daryl did, to everybody, to talk to, all the people listening, and would say, hey, David, what are you doing? We'll just think of this way, right? But you need that one person, right? Because sometimes again, it's so much information, get one person that you can listen to. And again, it was Daryl, Lisa, use what we have here, so. It's okay, go forward, so, let me see, what I was doing, I started with a lot of small events, a small kind of home, from this event, it kind of grandfathered in or rolled over into me doing a lot of home events. People say, hey, come talk about this, and that was, very helpful. Word of mouth was increased from this, I won't say that much, sales went up that way. I did on channel 4. That was very overwhelming. I sold out on everything. It was just, I couldn't even handle it. The one thing that was good is that it showed me where my holes were, right? Because I was, my process wasn't efficient enough, so we're that. But again, kind of goes back to financing the money. So this is helping me, again, we're still working on the seed money. And let's see, I did a couple AKA events from this. And one of the biggest things probably happening now is that, I have from the events, from talking to people and being out there, again, just, you have to stay out there, you have to keep moving, right? I have a venture capitalist that actually contacted me, and I was going to talk about, he wants to invest in my company, and I also have a holding company that wants to actually have a conversation with me also about investing. So. Hey, thank everybody here is gonna, again, if you haven't done it, you have to do it. Even if you just come here every week and just talk to other people, talk to your Thrive consultant, it'll keep you moving forward. So again, thank you all.
All right, so far so good, right? You're liking these updates from our past presenters? Yeah, like, I don't know, this, you want to go up? He's not gonna do it today? Okay, no problem. He's saying, is he good?
Oh.
Do you want to present, do you want to tell a good stuff, do you know where you do business for like 2 votes or something? Is easy enough? Okay, so for the term. When we were presenting, so Terri, we heard her story, she had a beautiful display of persons to show us during her presentation, and then Dana had some teachers to show us. When Curtis came, he was our very first presenter on March 6th, and he just came from his office down here and was like, okay, here's my name, here's what I'm doing. I don't have any, and here's Randy, so. I just want to also make a point here that the people that have been mentioned, Daryl, with Oakland Pride, Drinking with Oakland Pride, Jamar with Oakland Pride, Lisa Davis with Seed, those are all just supporters in the room at our one meeting.
Just like sports.
Know that that's happened. Yeah, is that? Wait, just a couple of minutes, and then we're gonna introduce our next person.
There we go.
All right, so I'm Curtis Jemison. I am the owner of Great Oak Data.
Speak up just a little bit, a little louder.
Speak up. Oh, speak up?
There we go, yes.
Okay.
That's perfect.
I'm Curtis Jemison. I'm the owner of Great Oak Data, located right upstairs here at Incubizo. The foundation of my business is to assist small and medium businesses, more so now medium businesses, in the creation of a cybersecurity platform. What I do is I go to the business, and as they're at the point of scale, I come in and take their requirements that they have cybersecurity, the requirements that they have, and I help them mitigate those requirements so that they are able to scale at a rate that is a lot faster than what the company may have expected it to be. Since I have done 1Million Cups, I have been on a couple of incubators, one called The Blocks, which was a televised show for small business incubation. I have also ran into a very, helpful group here inside of Incubizo. Forgive me, guys, I'm not that vocal, so. I'm like IT guy. So, let's see. It's been an amazing journey here so far. Josh and the team at Incubizo have been very helpful. I've had some great clients come through. Can't thank Oakland Thrive enough because every time that Daryl comes in, he kind of like gives me like the 2-minute drill. Hey Curtis, what are we doing? Give me the drill. So I'm kind of getting used to giving my spiel, elevator pitch, as Daryl calls it. Everyone here has always been very helpful. Product, my product I built by myself, so I'm very passionate about it. Everything inside my systems is because I built the system myself. I'm not using any third party technology inside of anything that I built. I write all my code myself. I write all of my scripts myself. I perform all my tasks myself. So now it is time for me to start delegating some of that. Got to the point where Brian has taught me that it's time to start being a owner and stop being a worker. So now I'm going to take advantage of that opportunity and step into my ownership. So I'm not going to take too much of you guys' time. I really don't have that much. I am in the process of working on some very, 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 very big projects right now. So I don't want to, as my grandma would say, I don't want to put the jinx on it. So I'm gonna leave it where it's sit, and hopefully you guys. I'm one of those guys that very, very uncomfortable getting in front of people, but doing this has helped me become better at talking to you guys. So I hope that, you know, the next presenter that come up here or to come up here can understand that I was uncomfortable when I did it. So, you know, you guys should be able to deal with this. Thank you.